Okay, now on page 254, we have this box on adverbs. Now I will say that adverbs are probably among the most mistreated parts of speech in English that I've ever seen among teenagers. Okay? And it's mostly because you don't know what adverbs really are, what they really do. I mean, you do, theoretically, but you don't necessarily, you use them naturally, but you don't necessarily use them intentionally. Okay, so we want to make sure we read this box and we make an understanding. And we are going to, I'm going to reiterate something for you that I have to say over and over and over again because you try to use an adjective and an adverb interchangeably that you cannot do. We're going to try to solve that problem today and never make that mistake again. You ready? You're waiting with bated breath about that one, aren't you? You can't wait to find out what it is. But just know. Okay, here we go. Adverbs can modify verbs, adjectives, or other adverbs. So these are nice words. I mean, they can do a lot. They're pretty utilitarian. They modify verbs. They can modify adjectives, and they can modify other adverbs. They often tell how much, how often, how well, or when. In English, we often say as well, to what extent. To what extent something is done, an action is done. You've seen these adverbs, and it gives you this lovely little tan box just jammed full of adverbs. A tiempo, a veces, ayer, bien, casi, demasiado, después, entonces, igualmente, luego, mal, más, mejor, menos, mucho, muy, nunca, peor, poco, siempre, tarde, temprano, todavía, or no todavía, and ya. Let's go through that box and see if you know how these words translate to English as adverbs. Here we go. I'll give you the Spanish, you give me the English. A tiempo. On time. Spells when, right? On time. A veces. Sometimes, or at times. Ayer. Yesterday. Bien. Here's your problem word. This means well. It does not mean good. That's your problem word. You always try to use bien for good. What's the word for good? Bueno, or buena, or buen. Those mean good. That's the adjective. Bien is the adverb, which tells how something is done. Okay, we cannot use bien to modify a noun. You use buen, bueno, or buena to modify nouns. Bien to modify verbs. Okay? Adjectives, other adverbs. Casi. Almost. Almost. Demasiado. Too much. Now, I love that some of my friends out here are jotting the ones down that they don't know. They're not jotting them in the book. It's not your book, right? But I love that some of my friends, you hear all that, ladies, do you hear all that paper rustling? They're getting out notes now, okay? I love that some of my friends are writing down the ones that they don't know, okay? Después, after, afterwards, actually, okay? Later, afterwards. Repita, no repita. Entonces, then. Igualmente. Likewise, equally. Okay. Luego. Then or later. Then or later. Mal. Nope, it's not bad. It's badly. Thank you very much. Mal means badly. How do you say bad? Malo, mala, malos, malas, that's the adjective forms. Mal is the adverb, and it means badly or poorly. This is another problem word for you. Bien and mal. Oh my goodness, they're opposites, and they're the ones you have the most trouble with. Más, more. Mejor, better, better. Now you do use it for mejor amigo, best friend, okay? Menos, less. Mucho. Much or a lot. You're starting to scare me there for a minute. Muy. Very. Nunca. Never. Peor. Worse. Worse. W-O-R-S-E. Worse. Poco. Little. Okay? Poco fiable. Little trustworthy. Okay? And so a modifier usually used with other, with adjectives. Okay? Siempre. Always. Tarde. Late. Temprano. Early. Todavía. Still or yet. Yet, and it's no todavía because it would be not yet. Okay? Ya. Already. Already. Now, that's a list of adverbs that are just common adverbs. Point 2 opens another door to us. It says many adverbs that end in ly in English end in mente in Spanish. You add mente to the feminine form of an adjective. Now it doesn't say feminine singular, but it means feminine singular. The feminine singular form of an adjective. If the adjective ends in e or l, just add mente. So, for example, sola becomes solamente. Fácil becomes fácilmente. Easy becomes easily. Just that, easily. Nerviosa, nerviosamente. Nervous becomes nervously. Amable, kind, becomes amablemente, kindly. Constantemente, generalmente, curiosamente, rápidamente, lentamente, típicamente, inmediatamente, desesperadamente, tranquilamente, desgraciadamente, afortunadamente, recientemente. You can take any adjective that makes sense. Make it feminine and singular, add mente to the end, and it tells how something is done. Difícilmente. Difficultly, in a difficult way. That makes sense to you? So easy. So easy to do this. Okay? Now, be careful. You know, we tend in English to invent words like, wow, she did that blondly. And we know what we mean by that. But it's not a real word. So don't get on this adverb kick and think you can turn any adjective into an adverb, because you can't. Okay? You just can't do that. You have to be careful with it. Alright, now we are, okay. Point number 3. If an adjective, I don't think he means, okay, yes he does need to give that to me. Okay. If an adjective has an accent mark, in other words, if an adjective that you want to turn into an adverb already has an accent mark, keep it even after adding the mente. The stress goes on the adjective's stressed syllable and on nen. In other words, you don't put an accent mark on the nen, but you put stress in both places. So, for example, fácilmente, rápidamente. You have two stressed syllables, but only one has a mark on it. You understand what I'm getting at there? Alright. So, this is our last piece of grammar. It's so easy. Now's the time to really decide to start incorporating more adverbs into what you write. Whenever you're writing something for me to achieve that goal. Don't forget, activity week 9 for Monday.
Friday, April 17th, and here are your announcements. Remember, if you need to write late bus for any reason, you need to be signed up by the end of lunch period.